Hey, ladies and gents, how you doing?
What's up, Rick?
This is Shine, Easy. Man, y'all introduce yourself. What the hell am I doing?
Ezel.
AP, let's get it.
And we back in the war room, man. We trying to get this
Hold on, Kai, go over there. We finna get started.
topic off our chest, right?
What's that
Topic is, why is it that blacks automatically are referred or automatically associate with the Democratic Party?
More importantly, not associate, but vote Democratic. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
And Democrats automatically assume that they got the black vote.
Okay. Let me see your dissertation on that.
Did you hear that? Because that makes a difference. What Ezel just said, that makes a difference. You heard this?
Yeah, I heard.
So you want me? I go first. So my thing is, I'm black, and most of the people I know is black. So most of their beliefs and most of their ideologies, yes.
What you do with that purple power bottle? You threw it away?
Baby, I'm at work right now.
Whatever. You ain't
Hater.
Hey, so she don't respect my job, man. So this is what I'm saying, though. So what's important about it to me is because I know most of the people I know are black, African American, however they prefer to be referred to themselves, and I understand. I talk to them about their ideologies and their beliefs, right?
Right.
Yet those do not align with how they vote. You understand what I'm saying?
I got you.
Most African Americans or blacks, for the sake of this conversation, we're gonna simplify and we're gonna just say blacks. All right. But most of them believe in the right to life. Am I correct?
True.
Let me pose a question. How do you believe? Do you believe the right to life, or are you?
In other words, am I pro-life?
Yes.
I believe I'm pro-choice, honestly. I believe everybody has their own option. Everybody got that's one thing God has gave everybody to distinguish man from beast. The power of choice.
What's that? Choice?
Power of choice.
Okay. What about you, AP?
The question again.
Are you pro-life or are you pro-choice?
I would lean probably towards pro-choice.
Pro-choice.
Yeah.
Okay.
See,
I believe in pro-life. Like if you're pro-choice for a woman, I believe in pro-choice, but not after conception.
Hold on.
The choice come in.
Are we talking about abortion or just the whole ideation?
Abortion is the root of the pro-choice and pro-life argument, right? So, and I believe in pro-choice, but I believe the choice come in before conception. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like,
I see your spin. Go ahead.
Like there should be a choice on whether you do what it takes to create life. But once
on that note, that's different though. Like
the pro-choice and pro-life argument is being fought though.
Fuck that. You know what? Forget all of the rhetoric and the laws. It ain't God's law. As long as it ain't God's law, if it ain't God's law, it really don't matter, because that pro-life, pro-choice stuff really don't matter on the simple strength that you could be what you just explained. Yeah, I'm definitely with that. But I'm not going to support nobody that's going to continue to have babies and kill a baby every time you have one just so you can have another baby. I'm not going to do that.
Right, but that's what pro-choice is.
But look, I'm not done though. I am pro-morals. That's how I'm going to break that down. I'm pro-morals.
And most Democrats, I mean, and most black people are. But that's a pro-morals will make you a conservative. Like that's a conservative ideology. The idea of morality. See, the Democratic ideology is the idea of liberalism. Do as you please, seek your happiness. You understand what I mean? That's the whole thing what I'm trying to get at. So let me put it like this. Black people are the most heterogeneous culture in America. Heterogeneous meaning that what that means is that basically they're more open to different beliefs and ideologies, right? And their morality is grounded in all of those things, right? Those things that have morality. Homogeneous means that you are one-track mind, that you only just believe in one thing, right? Our voting is more homogeneous than it is heterogeneous. Like we stick strongly to one party, yet that party is contrary to almost all of our beliefs when we look into it. Like when you think of the main things that we believe in as a culture, and the main things that the Democratic Party believe in as a culture, they're completely contrary.
This conversation, ask the question to both of y'all.
Go ahead.
You Republican or Democrat?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm conservative in my views, right? So
there's no question though.
Well, let me say this, because there have been conservative Democrats and there have been conservative Republicans. There's liberal Republicans and liberal Democrats. I'm conservative in my views, but when the presidential election comes about, usually the most liberal Democrat is the nominee and the most conservative Republican is the nominee. So they're like complete opposites. So I vote Republican. The other thing about my reason to vote Republican is that I believe in, you know what I mean, the ability I think black people got the ability to get rich. I don't think we need handouts all our life, right? So that's the other thing. The Democrats play on that. They like to give us little trinkets, right?
Yep. So what about you, P? What do you consider yourself?
I would never label myself as Republican, Democrat. I'm pro-right. Like if it makes sense for me, then that's what I ride with. So like it doesn't matter who is in office, who's running, whether you Democrat or Republican. I mean, if it fits for me and it fits for my people, that's what I ride with.
Ask me what.
That's considered more of a moderate.
Ask me what do I vote?
But I would consider myself a conservative.
You consider yourself a conservative?
I would, but I don't want to stake myself into Democrat, Republic. I never wanted to do that. I never did.
Now, me, myself, I can't really say I'm neither nor, here or there. I'm not damn one of them on simple strength that one person might represent one thing in one party, another person might represent another thing in another party, and then there's another person representing another thing in another party. So you can't just be one-track mind and be like, oh, he a Republican, I'm voting for him, or he a Democrat, I'm voting for him. You can't do that because that means you just tunnel vision. You ain't gonna try to hear what the next person got to say. On the same way, I'm gonna give a perfect example for the 2016 election.
Okay.
I didn't vote Republican or Democrat. I voted for the Green Party because I didn't like that and that one I was talking about. But the Green Party had some good points on what I was representing for me.
Do you think that's the problem with black people, that we settle on, like, because my mama, all of my family members, all they do is like, vote Democrat, vote Democrat. That's how I was trained before I started to vote.
Yeah.
Vote Democrat, vote Democrat. Do you think that's a lazy way of thinking?
But it's probably, I ain't gonna say it's a lazy way of thinking. It might be a trained way of thinking.
He's trying to show the people also.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
But it should be that way. It should be, do your research on all the parties and see what they represent, see if they standing on what they represent, then make your decision on what to vote for or who to vote for.
Hey, take for instance Donald Trump, right? So just a while ago, right, I can remember him being in all the rappers' videos back in the days. You know what I mean? All these rappers who were like political in so many ways and democratic, right? Do y'all remember that?
Oh yeah.
Being in Jay-Z videos and the P. Diddy videos back in the day.
I remember being in the P. Diddy video.
Being in the P. Diddy and Jay-Z videos. Well, I don't know if it was a video or maybe maybe they just did like a promotional thing. But yeah, these like, so he was actually a part of the Democratic Party. That's factual. Back in the days, right? So now, somehow, he became Republican, right? And he became president. But now Donald Trump, that's a whole nother, like, we don't even got time to get off into that. That's
Oh yeah.
thing, you know what I'm saying? He's a poor representation of the Republican Party. But here's the thing about, see, party involvement is more effective on a lower level than presidential, right? So if you believe in conservative or liberalism, like, your activities should be done on a level closer to your community because there's more people and you got an ear who will listen to you and your representatives and your senators. You understand what I mean?
I'm with you. Yep.
Presidents are just puppets, right?
Because the Congress is,
and most of the stuff that they say, they don't believe in themselves, nor is it a guiding factor in their life. It's just something to get them elected. It's contrary to what the other candidate is propelling, right? So that's the whole thing about presidencies, right? Yeah. Because they made your job all day, every day. The only thing they doing is looking at national security reports, right? And trying to figure out what's going on with the foreign affairs. Like
signing paperwork.
Exactly. So, right. So most people, when we equate Democrat or Republican, we really only equate it on a presidential level, but it's so much more than that. And all the work for the common person is done on a much lower level, on a representative and Congress level, right? And so that's where the importance of choosing who represents you is as closely to your beliefs come in at, is on that level, right? Right. As opposed to a presidential level. The presidential level is, I mean, it counts for some because he signed off on the big things, but as for the person, he don't do a lot for us. You understand what I mean?
I'm with you. But with you knowing this information, do you believe it is semi-pertinent or extremely pertinent that we as a Black community need to start being more take more time and vote in the local elections.
Yes. Yes. Because that's how things, so midterm elections and all that, we don't really pay a lot of attention to. So what happens is the representatives, is a certain amount of representatives depending on the size of the state that's put into place, right? So let's just say if this is a Democratic state and unbeknownst to us, all Republican representatives slide in because we're not voting in the midterm elections and all that. So all the money for elections and all that is going to be geared towards what? The Republican Party, because all the power players holding that position. Do you understand what I mean? Am I getting myself?
Go expound on that.
Okay.
I don't know how she couldn't understand.
So let's just start with the alderman, right? Now, we all know, see, we watch the city levels, right? We all know that almost every alderman is going to be a Democratic alderman here in the city of St. Louis. Correct? Like, the chance of a Republican alderman getting in is slim to none because of the diversity of this city, right? But what is it? It's a stereotype and stigma that allows us to believe that Republicans are for a white party. So we naturally, because of stereotypes and stigma, vote Democratic, right? The people who do go out and vote for those positions, aldermen and city representatives, city councilmen, see them the people, this is where it started at. You gather a bunch of Democratic aldermen, Democratic city council members, blah, 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 blah. When election time comes for the midterm election, when they elect the representatives, right? The state representatives, where's all the money and who are they going to be talking to? Who are they're going all the yard signs, all that is going to be what? Democratic people, right?
Yep, they're doing more advertising, yep.
Exactly. So when we go into the voting booth, this is everybody in the world, not just Americans, not just St. Louisans. I'm talking about even in remote places in Brazil, in the Amazon, people do what's familiar to them. That's all they do. People do what's familiar to them, right? If every sign you see, you know what I'm saying? If every sign you see say, vote for Julius Martin, all the billboards say vote for Julius Martin. When I go in that booth, right, all them other names ain't gonna be nothing to me.
It'll be in the back of your head. Oh, but
that's what I'm voting for.
Good, yeah.
Julius Martin. Real talk. You understand what I'm saying? People do what's familiar to them, right? So now you got a metropolitan area. Now if you get all the major metropolitan areas in the state, right, to do that, right? That state has just became whatever that metropolitan area is, Democratic.
That's why they be trying to get all of those big pack donators to put money into their elections or whatever. Because the more advertising you're doing, the more you're being seen, the more you're being seen. Say, they're gonna be more familiar to you.
Right. But here's the thing. So us as a people, we don't really pay attention to, how can I say, what politicians do is say, hey, look at this hand over here, while this hand back here is hid behind their back, right? This hand over here is what they present to you. Hey, I'm for, you know what I'm saying, giving out more money to the Black community. I'm for starting community centers. I'm for starting this, you know what I'm saying? All these things, the money, because they know that the urban community is strapped for money. Not just strapped for money, but they fiscally irresponsible. You understand what I mean? Most of the people, most of us are fiscally irresponsible. We have no idea what to do with a dollar. We think a dollar is to spend, period. That's our idea. It's other people, though, who think that a dollar is to invest. You understand what I'm saying?
I'm with you.
So knowing a group of people is fiscally irresponsible, you know that the idea of more money, what'd you say? The idea of more money, right, is tantalizing. So what they say is, we the party who going to make sure your community centers stay open. We the party who going to provide free daycare to you. We the party who going to do all these things. Free daycare, let me say this, catch, because that's a couple $100 freed up every week. So now you don't have to drive an Envoy anymore. You can drive an Escalade now instead of paying for your own babysitting. You get what I'm saying? Now, okay, so check this out. But that's not the party's agenda. The party's agenda is three. The Democratic Party's agenda is three main things. The first thing is big government. They want the government to control everything, right? Everything.
And what party is that? Is that Democrat?
Democrats believe strongly in big government.
Really?
Right. So notice this. Donald Trump, the Republicans are in the House right now, right? I don't know if you pay attention to how many how much things are being subsidized by the government right now. The government don't want to have the health care. They want to give it to private people now because the Republicans. Democrats want the government to control the health care, right? Every single thing. The Republicans believe in capitalism, you're right? So they believe in giving let some business make this money. The government don't want a part of this. Like, we just want to feed the war machine. You understand what I mean?
That's Democrats, right?
No, that's Republicans.
Republicans feed the war machine?
Yes. Democrats believe in controlling everything around every single thing, right? They believe in big government. They think the government control everything. And their way of saying, let us control this is, if we control this, we're going to be able to give you more money, right, for you to spend. Yeah. No, really. And that's the main thing that our people are attracted to the Democratic Party, is because of the free money that's being given to us. Go ahead. You got something you want to add?
I was just saying, we got 5 more minutes. We got to wrap it up.
5 minutes, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me put out some numbers to you right quick. 47%. What is it? 47% of all black people. 47% of all black people.
Or followers.
Huh? Nah, that's more like 90. It's more like 90%. 47% of all black people are liberal. 43% are conservative, right? Yet 93% of all black people vote Democratic.
Yeah.
Run that back in.
47% believe in liberal ideas. 43% believe in conservative ideas, right? Yet 93% vote Democratic, which is generally liberal.
Why do you think they do that?
I think if we go back to what's familiar to us, that's what's familiar to us. You remember how you were saying that's what your mother did, and your mother did that because her mother did that, right?
Yeah.
We just democratic people, right? But it comes a time where we have to look at what they stand for, and the 3 major things that they stand for, I'm completely against. One is the abortion bill, pro-choice. I'm pro-life. Like, what trumps life? To me, nothing trumps life.
Especially when you ain't even had a chance to make a choice on your own life.
Right, but you made the choice, right?
No
one in the world knows that. No one in the world knows that if you have sex, there's a chance that you can become pregnant. Everybody know that, right?
Right.
Everybody that's having sex knows that's what happens. You gamble, and then it's like bankruptcy. Like, you gamble, you lose. Now you don't want to pay the bill. You want to do something what's convenient, right? right? That's basically what abortion is to me. But no one looks at the fact that it's a life that's being ended, right? Yet we point our finger and sneer and say all type of things when we see somebody on TV kill somebody. What difference do it make what age they killed at, though? Like, at what point is life is not important at a certain age? You get what I'm saying? And it's what's the word I'm looking? It's put out in the point to it where it's okay. It's all right. Like, it's not that big of a deal.
Life is not important.
Right. The other thing, the big government. That's Democrats' other main agenda, right? I'm not for that. Like, I believe in my right to privacy. I believe in my right to capitalism. Like, I have an entrepreneurial mindset. So, like, being able to provide services for governments and all that. That's where the big money come in at. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Providing government contracts and all this stuff. Democrats don't want us to do that. Democrats want the government to do all that, and they feed the mom and pops. You get what I'm saying? Mom and pops cool. Right now, it's a large number. That's the biggest growing provider of services in America is mom and pops. Right? But no one's gonna get rich from that. You get what I'm saying? The other thing is the taxation. Democrats believe in big taxes. No one, see, they don't talk about this. Them like three main agendas. You know why they need big taxes? Because it takes a lot of money for the government to run everything. Republicans, they try to cut taxes. Like, you know, we're gonna give you tax breaks. You give somebody a job. And I'm with that. You see what I'm saying? But those are their three main agendas: big taxes, big government, and pro-life. The other thing is that Christianity and belief system. The Republicans, conservatives, I say. See, I keep saying Democrats and Republicans, but it's really a conservative and liberal issue. The liberals are trying to erase God and the idea of God and religion completely out of the face of America, right?
Well, who do you believe?
Now, religious people, especially Christians, are villainized. Really?
So who do you believe? You believe that the liberals is trying to erase Christianity?
Yeah, one of the reasons why, because Christianity
I disagree though.
has low tolerance for the homosexual agenda, right? That's another big, because of the Democratic Party's runs in the last 20 years, the homosexual agenda has progressed majorly, right? To the point.
I believe that, I don't know what party is, it started about 10 years ago, so I guess it was Obama had a hand in it.
Okay.
I believe that it's just not like that. I believe it's just that people are just losing respect for morals, period.
Right, exactly.
They're making it everything so loose and
hey, stop it.
Making it seem like, you know, whoever decided to pass the law to take God out of schools,
right,
going down here.
Okay, and here's the other thing. With the progression of the homosexual agenda is the degeneration of the idea of a traditional family.
And the demonization, and the demonization of right from wrong.
Exactly. Right. But when you start destroying and tearing down the idea of a family, a man and a woman raising their children, a child needs both points of view in order to be mentally healthy.
that? A bottle?
right?
Yeah.
A woman can raise a child by herself,
Was that a bottle?
but there's gonna be some